days in North America.
Okay.
Also EMEA,
Sorry, I forgot my
Asia,
drink. I had to go get a drink.
Right, where we have these
okay, let's get this.
sort of, ban phases that really target the enemy team, right? So every ban that happens, Envy banning out Luna Snow, that will not apply to them. That only applies to FlyQuest on the opposite side. And whereas FlyQuest already banning out Mantis, that is a probably more typical one, but not typical is that Invisible Woman ban ship. That is very interesting that happens so early, and the Adam Warlock ban comes on the other side for Envy.
Yeah,
wait, they didn't ban them, they saved them.
Different. So yeah, I mean, I was just looking, you know, Envy last time they played, there was Mantis Starlord back-to-back double ban. I think that's more maybe targeted, so they definitely do their research, as it's a totally different look down here in terms of who they want to ban out. I'm sure it's map dependent. You know, that's the coaching staff decision. Look at that, the double invis lock. It must just be due to the fact that Celestial Husk is a pretty decent invis map. I mean, there are some off-mapping locations and such like that. So what are your thoughts there? I mean, that's got to be something like that.
I mean, I think, well, there's a few things like, you know, Torch potentially is available, you know, because we ban out all these strategists because they're so good with Ultron, with Mantis, with Adam Warlock.
Yeah, this is game one.
Allow, a Torch to go through, right? And that would definitely be a big part of it, having that team up, having the extra shields, the overhealth.
This ban system hurts my brain.
Another thing is that Invisible Woman, it's just such a high skill cap strategy.
Think of it like this.
Constantly push off people. It gives you CC.
What the red team is banning, the blue team can't play. And what the blue team is banning, the red team can't play. It's not like if they ban Luna, that doesn't mean everyone's banned for Luna. If the red team bans Luna, they could still play it, but the other team can't. And there's also saves. So you could protect the character so the other team can't ban it. It's pretty simple. It's very confusing at first, but it's simple. So there's not 8 different bans in the game. It prevents, I don't know if you watch like Overwatch or any other game like pro scene. It prevents like mirror matchups. I think mirror matchups is very fucking boring to see who's the best team of like X amount of characters. But this allows it so every team comp is going to be a little different, which makes it a lot more fun to watch.
A new meta. We're going to start finding out who teams...
You cannot protect the banned character. So if the other team, let's say, bans Jeff, you cannot protect Jeff. You would have to protect Jeff first before they ban it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Invisible Woman protected for both squads. Same thing with Jeff. So I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why Jeff is so good at the current moment. He just has so much output in terms of healing. And then now that his It's Jeff leaves a giant splash of water to heal from, definitely enables the team a little bit more just to play.
You could also big brain it. You could save, let's say, a character and think, and the other team might think you're going to be running a specific comp, and they'll start banning those characters. But you never use that character in the first place.
Is when a Jeff gets a big itch Jeff, right? That's the kind of game-changing point. Now, the only difference, like we saw that Luna Snow ban, right, coming through for, I believe Envy was the one that banned it, whereas the Doctor Strange ban on the opposite side. And I don't know, Shib, what do you think? Who would get favored here in this case with that Doctor Strange ban? I know that that's going to potentially impact stalls, but who would you favor in terms of just that specific ban phase?
Well,
okay, Jack,
in terms of the
you guys are about to witness a great game. Let's see this.
I mean, I don't think we saw, especially with the triple strategies, it goes down to the conversation of that Namor combination actually has a ton of value. I don't think that was touched, if I'm not mistaken. That has a ton of value in shutting down things like Jeff. It's one of those alts that you can kind of...
I'm fucking ready, bro. I have my popcorn. I'm ready.
Especially if you get the timing perfect on the Jeff prior to even being able to get shielded if it's absolutely perfect. But it's just, so I don't know. Honestly, I would say that at this moment, Fly got away with their composition they want to run, but so did Envy, and that's where tricky Speedery here on Torch is scary to me, right? Like that's it's like a nightmare if I'm going against a team like this.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, we have Energy going to that Bucky, so that's the mix up for them.
I do like the Bucky pick,
right? Consistently, also.
I do like the Bucky pick.
He isn't able to get much done. I mean, they're just kind of deathballing, walking at Envy right now, whereas Envy, need to set up these torch one shots.
Oh, Energy! If he hit that hook, that would have been insane, but. I don't think that was the play, chat.
Here a little bit as they come back. Cal actually going to be into play here on the Luna, so that's going to be something that you and I haven't seen too much of. We've seen Cal on every single role, even mentioning the first time Magneto early on.
Wait, Cal is on Luna? The DPS player's on Luna?
Player is really strong in the hit. Oh my goodness, in the hit scan in general. Kalu's going to find Spark Chief though with the damage from Speedery as they still hold on to point 1. 27% early on in this fight, and they are just calm, cool, and collected right now. Just keep that damage out.
No, Cal is really good. He can play a lot of different characters, but
seen
Cal on
come as
support?
Again, Nero's going to find Zelos, and Nero is going to be
Savage. Appreciate the new tier ones up, my friend.
The reason why Envy won that fight was because even though they lost Kaluj, Nero was set up on the flank, still harassing the backline, doing a lot of damage, and then Speedery was able to set up off that distraction, right? So eyes off the enemy team, right?
Why haven't they nerfed Torch yet?
On that Torch, like we just saw in that last fight.
Torch is really good in high ranks, but he's not good in low ranks. That's why. They actually said Torch is a really hard character to balance. Also, that's literally what the dev said.
There for Loki. Goodbye to the crystals. The tornado is just a little bit too strong. Out we go with the invisible boundary now. Team gonna use that to press forward. Again, that boundary now has an insane slow added to it for a nice recent buff. Gonna try to wall that off, does not work. Bucky gonna land on Nero. Nero still 250 HP, trying to escape with 2. They have no real escape.
Damn, the Jeff.
And stay healthy back to the fight as we see it matched right back this time on the side of again.
Whoa, the Invis woman lived. Yeah, you can't shoot the Invis woman off the map, chat, because she has jump. If she could just jump back on the map. You can't do that. You gotta swallow her, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
or you gotta spit her. Or you gotta jump off the map.
Because I think he was on the higher up spot too before that sort of death box can be applied to Month. So Month just able to kind of double jump out of that removal from that It's Jeff. So right now Envy 80% on the board and looking damn good right now up in this upcoming fight. Spark Chief going over to that Venom off of the Groot, trying to
Zephyrus appreciate the 3 months.
Maybe put more pressure on Cal because he
I
doesn't have a lot of
Envy J3.
Maybe they can take advantage of this, but
I think Envy's a good team.
There's so much fuel in the sky for Speedery.
Yeah, I mean, it's, in my opinion, like I said, he's just such a dominant force out there in the sky, and it's tough to not match Torch. I mean, granted, this is a different meta, so we have seen this happen twice in a row, you and I together now, where Torch is not matched, and now Month gonna find Cooper, Speedery out of Zelos, that's 2, goodbye to the back line, and that's gonna buy them a lot of safety. Now you just play slow as a team here for Envy in OT, and this is looking dangerous for the side of FlyQuest. Kaluj gonna find Vest now, keeping the number ticking down, almost another here for Speedery, but onto the back line, they cannot touch.
FlyQuest actually used a tank ult there. They used Venom. They were committing, but they didn't get on the point. Hello, casters? Hello? Casters?
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny, and I mentioned this last time we had streamed together on
30 seconds.
NA production. NA production. NA production. Yo, what's going on? Yo. Hello.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Well, I'll be your guys' caster. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. You have Envy on one team. You have FlyQuest on the other. This guy's flying. He's shooting. Yeah, I can't cast. This is too fucking hard. I'm just gonna go back to eating. Yeah, I give up, chat. I just want to eat. Wow, wow, what a fucking hit, bro. What a hit. No, casting is a different level, chat. How long until you guys think they fix their mics?
Invisible? The mission area is yours. Snowball fight.
A commendable effort.
Bro. I can't cast, chat. I can't cast, bro. I don't want to make your guys' ears bleed. Ah, shit. Ah, shit.
I am ready to put on a
They could make something.
There we
huge happen
go.
to win this next fight, and it could get dicey for Fly. They just got to maintain their composure and make something happen.
Out this back line, really just kind of making
there
sure
we
that they
go.
can push forward. And at the current moment, we said with FlyQuest, they want to set up maybe that Namor ult on Nero when he comes in with the HGF, right? That could be a good setup, or to go in with this ultimate on the backside because they don't have that, you know, save. But here comes that damage boost, and oh no, nothing out of that whale. And here comes a Meteor M from Window, needs to connect.
No, bro.
Right now at the current moment, FlyQuest kind of down because they lost out on that Namor ult. That Horn of Proteus being removed is huge.
Up.
Yeah, we'll start once more. It's still Envy holding on here. Slide alt advantage. Out we go. Vision gonna find a two-piece on a Callan Month, and that's a huge take as Window is gonna.
No, they need to win this fight, bro. FlyQuest needs to win this. They are getting dominated right now.
Numbers holding on with 2 for as long as possible. 78% is that number. FlyQuest doing a good job on the retake, but at this point, it is a one-fight situation here. One-fight territory. There is no Strange for the teleport back, so Envy's got to make something happen. They have some time, and they can. It's all about at this point winning one big ultimate fight, and FlyQuest making sure they can maintain and hold these ults, finding picks in the neutral prior to that big fight coming.
For sure, yeah. Finding picks in the neutral, also building up that it's Jeff, right? These, you know, both of these Jeffs have been absolutely so impactful in the series so far. And Vision's finally getting on the board with his own, getting a two-piece off the map. And, you know, fortunately for both Jeff players, there's not any killer whales in the lobby. Energy, though, finding off the pick on the backside. Nice job from him on that Namor. It's interesting enough that Energy's the one on the Namor, too. Forgot to make that point, is that Vision's on the Jeff is sort of a difference to teams of his own past, but you know, picking up that
no, casting is actually really hard, chat. It's a different fucking skill set. I don't know if you guys have ever tried casting or doing play-by-play. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much commitment there. Like you're saying, on the Speedery, the double pocket is so threatening. And also that team up. You can't sleep on that team up as well within this outside of having that Guardian shield from the right click. So much to deal with up there in the sky. But Namor, we've talked about this in the past as well, is one of those picks that actually does a decent job. You don't need to aim. So all the juking that can be provided and just the hitbox manipulation that you can, you can have there with Torch in the sky doesn't really have that much effect into a turret that does not miss. So these squids have just, 2010 vision and literally cannot miss. But at this point, Envy still doing a good job trying to build. They have 3, almost 4 ults now. Cal had to commit the dance floor there.
The squids have 2010 vision and they cannot miss.
And this is a comeback that we would expect from a team that just thrives in the comeback window. Goes up. Does this one land? Bang! It does. Goodbye to Energy.
Yeah, that's a huge ult to connect onto, but here's an Itch Jeff on the backside, considering that's the sort of, way forward, I think, for this team, is finding ultimates out of their Magneto player. But right now, Envy cleans it up through that ultimate, and like we saw in that last fight, Window saving onto that Meteor M specifically for that invisible boundary. And sure, FlyQuest's up 99%, but
chat, is 2010 vision better than 2020?
Out in a huge way right now.
Yeah,
I actually don't fucking know.
By Envy. This is exactly what you need to do in that situation. Take that to ladder with you, folks.
I didn't understand it.
Especially something like Bruce, by time, especially if they don't have a way off the map, and find a pick right before the next fight, if that's going to be the case, or if they're unable to touch, make sure that happens prior.
Wait, 2010 is better. What does everyone say? Yo, bro, do you have 2020 vision?
Actually going to stay off, as I believe that's Kaluge, excuse me, just kind of up in the same direction. Keeping eyes on the rest of the team towards the back line. Energy now has no cooldown in terms of that shift. Goodbye to Energy from Speedery. Kaluge on the best. Energy gets one back on a month, though, with the whale from downtown. And already that's going to end as Envy gets map 2, but that was looking like a lot more of a tight match.
Oh yeah, that was a really tight match, and you can see at the very end, FlyQuest actually did a pretty good job stalling out, considering how many cooldowns they were forced to use because of the supernova, right? Like you said, with that Namor, and then also with the Loki regenerative crystals, right? There was so much trying to sort of a regenerative domain, trying to stay alive, right? They were just committing everything early, and it didn't end up working out, right? I think that Envy, in terms of if we go back to that,
oh my fucking god!
Keep Luna Snow.
Look at the stat differential.
Really I think FlyQuest banning out Doctor Strange and getting a Doctor Strange of their own didn't really end up mattering, sadly, because they only got to use the Doctor Strange portal basically once. So Envy, because they were always in the advantage, sure, FlyQuest was able to go up to 99%, eventually able to win that fight, and because they had the Luna Snow, it just enabled them so many times. We see that Zelos going 1-in-7. It's just not able to live, just on the back foot at all times because of Speedery.
Wow.
11 final hits. People will, I've seen comments of people asking, like,
I don't know if you guys remember Speedery from Overwatch, but this guy played a lot of fucking flyers, and he was very annoying. He played a lot of Echo. That guy was very annoying.
He takes advantage of that hard pocket, right? He rather than a lot of other duelists, is able to really get maximum value out of things like Human Torch and is, if not the best Human Torch in the game. So
also,
now, I mean,
they're never going to nerf
so
Torch,
good,
chat.
and it's because they were able to play Human Torch alongside that Luna Snow.
It's funny you mentioned that because, you know, it's just a conversation.
I don't know if you guys remember, but
here. Notice real quick, just a call out. Notice how
I said it a few times. In China,
Magneto was aiming, and then at the last moment, the flick away towards
the dev specifically said that they cannot nerf Torch because he does very good in high ranks, but he doesn't do good at low ranks. Like low rank players don't know how to do the melee animation cancel. They don't know how to do like the wait, what the hell? They just like changed. They just don't do a lot of the things that the high rank players do. So like if they nerf Torch, he'd be even shittier in low ranks, and then he'll get hurt in high ranks. So
Torch that isn't providing, it may not be worth focusing all your energy there.
Yeah, I mean, and also we bear in mind too, like
in my opinion,
that Loki, right?
In my opinion,
harder time healing the sky.
I think Flyers should never be meta. I hate Flyers.
You're kind of screwed.
Zesty for 18 months.
You know, right now,
and I hate Flyers because I don't know how to play Flyers.
Duelists that are played, or any of your solo duelist shit, it really feels like they have to be like a character that can complete and finish kills them or KOs themselves, right? He had no assist, like you said. And on the opposite side, Energy also had no assists on Namor, right? So if we just take those neutral fights, if we have a neutral advantage where Energy really can only find the better of Spietery once, it's pretty tough, right? It's hard to really compare the two, because you could just say, okay, Human Torch, and specifically Spietery on Human Torch was able to get so much value, man. Just finding 23 KOs and having 11 final hits. I mean, he was basically doing everything himself, but that's what you have to be able to do on Duelist in this current patch.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think, you like you mentioned, just allowing Luna and Invis to get through and Torch is like Torch's dream. It's so much pocket potential and really got utilized there. Spietery, as we had mentioned, did exactly what I would have expected Spietery to do with a double pocket like that in that given situation. But we will be seeing more of that and seeing if Fly can bounce back right after this break.
Oh. There's a break. The one thing Overwatch did is not have so many flying heroes. I mean, I don't know if Overwatch can make like a lot of flying heroes. It does take them a very long time to actually come out with these characters. Like, I think Overwatch, it takes them for, what do they say, like up to like 16 months, a year to make a new character from scratch. Marvel can just grab a character from like the universe and just do it. All right. Was map 1 close? I didn't see it. Not really. It was a 2-0. Bro, eating popcorn while watching this is a lot of fun, though. Add Parmesan to your popcorn? Chat, can someone vouch for that? Adding cheese on your popcorn? Yeah, I don't know if I want to try cheese on my popcorn. I mean, white cheddar popcorn is delicious, but this is kettle corn. All you do with kettle corn is put a little bit of salt on it. It's delicious. Ketchup seasoning on popcorn is so good. Okay, do you guys want me to ban that guy? Yes or no? Oh, wait. I actually have a great question. Do I have any Canadians in my chat? Okay, to my fellow Canadians. When I lived in Canada, and I tried it, so I understand how it tastes. Why do you guys think that ketchup flavored chips is like the best thing ever? That is vile. That's disgusting. That is one of the worst things I've ever tasted in my life. But Canadians think ketchup chips are delicious. No. You know, This is probably exactly why Canadians and Canada can't win in fucking hockey, their own sport, because you guys have horrible taste. And I said that. I went there. Imagine losing to Florida in hockey. We don't even have snow. Nah.
Welcome back, everyone, and we just witnessed Envy do what Envy does, but if I know what Fly can do, they can take a punch and come back swinging. So we'll see what they look like here on map 2. Do you think they have what it takes, buddy?
I mean, I think they do, yeah. I mean, FlyQuest is a solid team. I think they just have to go back to that draft phase, and especially as we move over to Convoy and Convergence, I believe that's one of Envy's best map types. And I mean, it's tough to say because they're pretty much good at everything, right? They've not lost a map so far, but you know, we still have an entire tournament to go on moving forward. But this team is pretty much good everywhere.
I don't care what you guys say.
The problem is that
Florida,
sometimes Envy maybe struggles on
the United States, not Canada.
Now, a big tough part, the biggest thorn in the side of FlyQuest is their best composition. Like
Diddy Baby Oil Costco Chicken. Appreciate the massive 2 months.
It was a little bit different this time. Obviously, putting energy on the Namor is very interesting. Also, putting vision on that Jeff. But at the moment, I just feel like Envy's really good against that composition. And if they keep playing it, I just don't have a lot of hope for this team moving forward. But if they can avoid maybe allowing Envy to play their best compositions with that Human Torch and stuff, for example, I think that would enable them a lot more. But you know, both of these teams are really good at triple strategies in general across the board.
Ketchup chips do not taste like salt and pepper, salt and vinegar.
You can allow the Torch through, but I mean, when you allow the pocket, the double pocket, it's like Torch is a raid boss at that point. It's very
say you know nothing about hockey and just move on.
I don't know if maybe that's got to be the change.
That sounds like a Canadian that's mad because their team didn't win.
Make it happen. Big shout out as well to Cal. We haven't seen Cal
go Florida.
On, you know, the mainline strategist role completely yet. 9-2 with you know fair amount of
Izzy for 2 months. Appreciate it. How you doing?
On the team, so definitely some love there. And Nero, who didn't go down a single time on the Jeff.
Yeah, that's the benefit of this team. Envy, I think, just to sort of hammer home your point, Shib, is that like,
what tournament is this? This is a $3 million tournament.
You know, former professional league players in terms of their strategist gameplay, right? Cal used to play so much support, so much strategist, and now over to this game in Marvel Rivals has been a duelist player, so he's able to kind of flex back. Same thing with Nero, and Tap is also a great player too that they have on the bench. So this team really does have a huge amount of.
Does anyone watch any other esport,
board, especially in the strategist department?
Because someone said in the chat, why is there so much yapping? Is Marvel Rivals a lot more talking than any other esport?
Sort of role, and Month just been a mainstay on that back line consistently, though. Again with that invis, well.
Or do all esports talk a lot?
These bands very different than what we've seen as the double Emma band off the rip.
I would think it's about the same.
Strange, and this time that's going to be locked in from the
chat. They're paid to talk,
so
bro.
A bit of a change up here.
Yeah, that enables these.
They're literally paid to talk.
Leaving it for yourself for defense is going to be huge moving forward.
It would be weird if they didn't talk.
Make sure they can continually play that, but a group band comes down as well to make sure that if they do play the triple Vanguard compositions, they aren't matched in that department. Whereas FlyQuest still going for that triple strategist band alongside the Emma. Bands is definitely interesting, like you said, Shib. I think the biggest reason is that Emma in general is just really good, especially on Convoy Convergence, when this character can just hard anchor that payload, hard anchor that cart. And realistically, when you have, for example,
talk to chat. No, chat. We gotta listen to the tournament, bro. I only give you guys my reactions.
Yet as well, so
I'm cheering on my friends.
That really enables this team Envy whenever they can play that Emma Frost. So it makes sense to get rid of it.
Yeah, definitely in the conversation for one of the top Emmas, and I do think right now, based on the banning phase, this is another really good ban here.
Okay, let's see this.
I love that call out of the triple hold because that is
I really like the Doctor Strange ban and the save. That fucks over the other team. They can't use portal, but they can. I like that.
And then shutting it down on the side of Fly is a major play, especially at Yggdrasil, which we've seen that on both sides 1,000 times. Remember, folks.
Wait, a save on the Groot?
FlyQuest. It goes random.
They banned the Groot and saved the Groot, and they also banned Emma. They banned 3 tanks.
It happens again. It goes back to the other side, and they choose the final mode and map. So that's kind of how this breaks out.
Wait. They didn't ban any of the supports, chat. They didn't ban Mantis, which is really strong with a damage boost, and they also didn't ban Ultron.
The only problem is that if we look at the overall meta,
right,
I mean, in terms of triple
Phoenix is going to be playable too.
At the current moment, I think that FlyQuest actually did pretty good in the ban phase in terms of just being able to play those comps, right? But to your point, it's
Can
a
you
very
explain this
map-specific
ban phase and safety?
right?
I never
And
get
that's
it.
what Envy's banking on, right? They don't get to play the Mantis, but they
You're
allow
banning for
FlyQuest
the
to
other
play the
team,
Mantis.
but you're saving for
Theoretically,
your
just
team.
because of that fact alone, if we're not taking
So if
into
you
account
save
maps,
Ultron
right,
and you save Magneto, the other
FlyQuest
team
should
cannot
be
ban
able to
Ultron
play the Mantis, play the other
or
high energy
Magneto.
heroes. They also got rid of the Torch for speed to
And if
reside.
you ban Magneto,
I
the
think
other
that
team
the
cannot ban
Vanguard
Magneto.
bans actually make a ton of sense
I mean,
for
if you
convoy
if you ban
convergence. I
Magneto,
think
the other
you're
team cannot
right,
play
and I would actually
Magneto.
agree with Envy's ban phase. But like I said,
It doesn't
in a
affect you though.
vacuum,
So
I
you
mean,
could
which
ban
we're not
Magneto
in,
and still play Magneto
FlyQuest
on your
comp
team
is
if the other
actually
team didn't
very
ban it.
solid just because they're able to get that Mantis unmatched, and same thing with that Ultron. So
Do you have to save in a particular order, or can you save someone first selection? There's a particular order.
Was that Vanguard ban phase really the way forward for Envy?
I mean, the viewers think that Envy.
This ban, this ban pick needs to be in ladder. No. As much as I love this ban phase, I do not want it in ladder.
On the defense, we will see triple hold here from Envy.
You're gonna have one-trick Spider-Man players who are gonna want to save their Spider-Man so they could go 2-16 on your team. This is organized game, chat. This is an organized tournament with teams who practice against each other and with each other. This is not ladder. It's completely different.
Going to be over on the Warlock. We have seen that in the past from Cal, which has had a ton of success. And Kalu's going to be on that Strange, who I think is taking a jump up here in the meta with that recent change, just because of how fast you can expel that dark magic.
Yeah, that is interesting. They don't want to play the Mantis, and they also don't want to play the Ultron that they protected on the side of FlyQuest. But I guess it makes sense, too, with Invisible Woman, you know, potentially in the sky, pulling in that Ultron. And then also Jeff, with the Jeff, just can.
I like how Cal is a DPS player, but he's playing everything. He played Luna, now he's on Adam Warlock. He can play tank if needed.
Have a friendly presence from Window being built so quickly because they get that Groot unmatched.
Yeah, I think Window obviously also a very strong group. Oh, I believe that was
Eden, yeah.
Actually deflected. No, deflected by Strange towards the back line. I'm 90% sure. That is crazy. But still, we're going to find some value as Vision does go down. Still walking forward. Not 100% sure on that, but we might have to go back and check that out. Energy. Now I'm going to take some space. Potentially use the Beyblade strategy. The melee animation cancel there with Phoenix, who has just been massive in the meta. Speeder, we're going to find one on the Energy and just trade that battle, making sure that they can claim being the real Phoenix, not just Jean Grey. Now we're going to start pressing in here with Kaluj, who's going to be slightly slowed up as the rest of the team is going to drop back. Very smart play by Fly. Good pull in. Kaluj just barely able to hold on. Really well done by the back line of Envy to hold on. And here comes a big eye. Doesn't find value from Kaluj.
Shield plus also Meteor M, so that guy totally CC immune. Also,
damn, dude, a lot of ults going off. No one's dying.
Not finding anything necessarily, but creating space. Here's that is Jeff. Month actually gets picked off by Energy before he can come on through, which is a fine take.
Big res from Cal, and he also got a pick on a support though. That's big. Cal is a really good fucking player, bro.
Get resurrected in Window, back onto that Groot, able to pump out so much damage alongside getting another trailing present.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of value on a double res into a pick is obscene. Really well done again for them to take this point relatively early.
Yeah, Elijah, I don't know, man.
Still for Envy, who looked absolutely clinical there. FlyQuest did the best they could prior to losing a little bit too early to the fight. Just in those neutrals, losing one is very detrimental. When it happens to Envy, we've seen it happen to Envy a few times. That's all right because you do have that res. So that is the change and the mentality shift you need to have. When you go down in numbers, you got to realize that if that ultimate has been calculated properly, those numbers have not been truly lost, and they will come in with a ton of HP.
Yeah, right now switching Envy over to, or Energy over to that Star-Lord. You said Vision over to that Ultron. So they're really just trying to play quick, fast-paced gameplay, throwing the drone on Energy. Energy just goes out with those blaster barrages, able to take down Speedery. And right now Envy doesn't have any ult, so you can take full advantage of this neutral, right, just with pacing. But the matter of the fact is that Window's going to build up this strangling prison so fast because he's playing that Groot unmatched. We'll see what the opposite side could do if they could go for a eat on Vest. Spark Chief's off that Captain America as well.
Wait, that is actually really interesting.
This high-paced tempo.
The Envy tank lineup. Also, I'm pretty sure for the tournament, they will like in the finals at least last time they had the bans and saves on screen. I don't know why they don't do it here.
Still pulls out some cooldowns. Out we go with the strategist line now up again. Rage of Ultron has been launched. Still didn't find too much. Kalu's gonna take out Zelos. Numbers up again for Envy.
Oh, poor Cal, bro. He just got fucking LeBron James dunked on, bro.
Could still be there, and that's the downside. to looking at that right side of the screen. That feed, that KO feed is not always telling the truth as Cal comes right back. Speedery gets one and then falls to energy.
Oh, Cal with the massive res.
And the res of destiny. Everybody walking forward once more. Nobody going to get too much value from those ults as everybody is back in the fight, driving them right back to the spawn door.
And these pickoffs one by one is absolutely brutal, right? Vision going down specifically is massive. They don't have that Ultron's rage for this upcoming fight. He's also going back over to Adam Warlock now to match it on the opposite side. Here's that invisible boundary from FlyQuest to stay sustained on that payload and on that objective. But Window, he's going to build that string of the prison so fast yet again. They lose Kalush, however.
Yeah, nice work there by Energy, finding a ton of value here, a ton of damage out here, does not miss with those dual blasters. Blaster Barrage going to be coming out here shortly into that tight quarters, but there is no Magneto there at the moment to keep him bubbled up. Going to do it a little more aggressively.
Oh, Energy's popping off. Yeah, Energy's fucking crazy. Energy's a really good player.
For number 4.
I loved how FlyQuest played that. I mean, it was just back and forth.
Wait, does anyone remember who FlyQuest had as tank last time? Because I remember FlyQuest was a really good team and they were doing great in stage 1, but there was one of their players who kept DCing, and is it the same tanks? I remember one of their tanks kept DCing and actually costed them the game. I'm pretty sure they could have won and made it to like China. Yo, what's up, Dad? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, was it actually Spark? Ooh. How you doing, Dad? I was just telling chat how a great handyman you are. Oh no, come on, Vess.
Unfortunately does miss that meteor, but at this point, not very many left for Fly. They're dropping like flies, if you will, as Vess goes down from Speedery, and there's only one holding on. Goodbye to Spark Chief, and they will be getting point 2 very shortly unless this portal can come through quickly. I don't believe they even have strains. It cannot.
Yeah, and this team really does have like
semi-retired.
Which is in terms of the
is he your real dad? The guy who has mod in my channel called Papa J3? Yes.
Speedery and Tap. And you can see exactly why in that last fight, Speedery is one of the best Psylocks, right? Like you said, the coordination, canceling his ultimate to make sure he can secure those eliminations through those shield blocking of the heals from Kalush. So huge work from him, massive job from Envy. And you would think after the Psylocke nerfs that this character would fall off a cliff. No, not in this case. Envy playing that character to a high level. And
I don't think Psylocke is good right now. I think she's all right.
Match that sort of res firepower.
Yeah, what's up, Jaden? Appreciate it.
So it's on
I don't see a lot of Psylocke players. I don't think Psylocke is good at all.
Early, though.
And Speeder going to find Energy there, and that is another early fight pick as we do lose both boundaries. The Venn diagram goes out, another huge res here, but this time on the side of Vision, who's going to walk forward and bring Energy back into the fight. Even one is valuable as everybody's numbers are even right back. Energy going to go right towards the strategist line. Big brain play. It's going to be matched here by Spark. Good coordination. Right towards the back line again. Feast of the Abyss gets popped. Energy falls there from window. Good shots there for the great.
Oh, what a push. What a push by Zelos. Oh, what a push, bro.
Idea, but just no real commitment as it does not land again. Vess is going to find Month. Out we go with the dance floor, and everybody's pressing Q as Cal brings Month back.
I mean, huge dance floor.
Wow, Cal is just fucking popping off. He's getting the reses and the kills.
You know, with that, able to find those coordinated eliminations. Here comes a huge fate of the Butterfly, or Dance of the Butterflies as well. And there is nothing here, Shib, in terms of that soul bond to keep him alive, but he does have self-res to come back.
Wow, and Beth's gonna find another pick there from Speedery, and the eye again.
Oh, is it big? Is it big? Is it big? Is it big?
That eye came back, and that's just crazy. As Zelos goes down, Cal gonna find Cooper. That might have been record time.
Wait, they double support ulted.
Just finding a ton of damage and getting that eye quickly. That's another one of those slight buffs you don't know.
It looked like there was no.
The raw damage you can output means
it looked like they double support ulted. Did you guys see the Luno in the thing?
And that's a big pick again onto Spark Chief.
Thank you, Tokyo.
They had escaped, but no, Zelos is gonna be able to res Spark Chief. They should have one more huge 6v6 fight here. 6 seconds on, they do have to touch, and Window finds Cooper. Spark Chief.
Oh, Spark Chief. Oh my God, Spark Chief, Spark Chief, Spark Chief, bro.
But at this point, numbers now are up for FlyQuest as Energy takes out Speedery. Cal gonna res. Does Cal have the team res?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
For the natural reses come through. Spark Chief again on Window.
Oh,
bringing Vess
I think.
Energy onto Cal. Vess on a collusion. That should be a hold here, unless a portal comes through at the last second, which Kalush just falls.
No, Kalush. I think Kalush does have portal, but he died late. Hey, that was a good fucking hold by FlyQuest.
Honestly, just in terms of FlyQuest, I imagine if we look at the stats, they must have had an incredibly high amount
Who's
of
favored to win?
eliminations.
Between
Themselves,
FlyQuest and
Just
Envy?
getting KO'd
Envy.
Constantly, but because
I love how my
they're
dad's
so
here
much
wondering
opposed
about
to
the pro
fast-paced
play, too.
competition with
Yo,
Flips,
Dad.
on the Venom, with energy on that Star-Lord. You saw how
Yo,
much
Dad,
they had to overcommit past choke points
the
until
grand
very
finals
point
for
when
$1
those
million
spawns are so
is
close.
in
I mean, eventually the
Atlanta.
pressure gets to you.
Do you want to
Envy did a
go?
great job throughout the first
I'm
point,
sure
the
people
second
in chat
point,
would
third
love to
point,
meet you.
Just staying alive, playing slow as well for Window, who was on the Groot to just kind of do his work on the front line, and they play slow, deal with Spark Chief for energy, for example, and kind of push on forward. But you know, eventually it was just too much. It was a
Okay, you know what? After what? Cool. Are you playing? Am I playing? No, Dad. I'm not professional.
Yeah, I mean, there was 7 eliminations onto energy, right? Most in the lobby, but his entire
I've never been to
goal is
Atlanta.
not really just. I mean, obviously you want to live, but he needs the hard commit on these dives, get bubble from Vest, and go in with Spark Chief so they can set up one.
Do you have a
shots,
link for
'cause
tickets?
you
Oh
need
no, I
those.
don't. I
That's
don't
the
have
way
any of
forward in
that.
the current patch of Marvel Rivalship is, you know, getting these one shots either with the Media Ram.
You should come, Jay
combinations
Dad.
of
Yeah,
that
see,
Venom.
there you go, Dad.
So,
TTK's
great
dad
work
would
for
love
him
to see you.
Keep FlyQuest's hope alive, but Shib, as we all know on Convergence and Convoy, defense is always favored.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you are very confident with the triple composition, which we
DreamHack tickets are cheap. I checked. TTK's dad.
One of the triple strategists, and you saw
Those tickets are probably like $100 for like 3 days. You think $100 is cheap? Damn, you're popping, bro. I guess having an elevator in your house really does make you fucking rich, huh? TTK's dad. Nah, that's crazy.
Make sure you keep that in mind.
TTK's dad just rolls up with fucking hundreds, chat.
A little bit of extra damage out as we are walking forward now. The team is playing very aggro as is expected. Everybody holding directly on the cart. And as a team, if anyone falls, the rest of them will fall on the cart. And that is a massive part of this level of play. Speedery is on the Magneto now, finding Cooper. Cal going to take out Vision. It's working exactly as they would have anticipated, at least on this first fight.
Well, so they put Envy, or they put Window on the thing. He comes back to peel for those strategists because those are the only way Envy wins, is if these strategists are still alive. And from the opposite side on FlyQuest, the only way they win is if they go for the hard dive onto those strategists. They switch it up, though. They realize, okay, the peel is too much in this comp. We need to counter the thing now. And the anchor, it's not going to be as strong, obviously, with the
Jesus Christ.
That's why you have to have both Magneto and Dr. Strange. But counters on the backside, the point of picks is Team FlyQuest.
Yeah, and that's what they needed here. They can't lose too much time as there will be a guarantee.
This is a really good hold, though. This is a really good hold by Envy. They wasted over a minute, and they're still, they have not left spawn, chat.
You do not want to be KO'd off point. Don't get free space. Come back together as a unit. And if you can hold, they might
Bro, and they're still winning. They held their spawn for 2.5 minutes. Remember, this is an objective-based game, chat. If you can't move the cart, you're gonna fucking lose.
use that portal back just to keep them at the point. This is absolutely
Wait, my dad just said shot a music video for T.I. and it hit #1.
Yep, it is. I mean,
Oh, thanks for the invite, Dad.
This sort of like bulwark comp, right? They could rotate Window back to the front line. He doesn't need to peel off the dives now because they're off of that Star-Lord Venom comp, and now they're just on Venom itself. They come back through also huge.
Oh, that's a big stun. A big stun.
It does find one, and Speedery takes out Cooper, and there's Vest, who just barely misses there. Speedery with that early meteor battle.
They do have Reds, though, and this is probably going to be a full hold for Envy, which I don't understand. Envy is known for doing this hold here. They always go triple tank, triple support.
Back on the Phoenix.
How do people not know how to counter this by now?
The loss of overhealth, even when Adam brings back the team, all that is potential with that ultimate Phoenix in a very good spot.
Oh, by the way, the
right
King,
now.
appreciate the Master Prime sub.
I do like this team composition. They are going to try to get out of this door, and we've seen in the past Storm comps seem to work against the triple. This team electing to not do that. Instead, just going to use raw damage from Punisher here, as well as the Phoenix, as they're still holding good movement here.
How do you counter this? Well, if you're my team in comp on the ladder, just FF.
But they're playing for res right now, right?
But
usually
you could go like Moon Knight. I mean, I don't know what the pros would do. I would go Moon Knight. Fuck it.
But everybody's gonna be brought back by Cal's ultimate in the meantime. So even though you find picks, Speedery gets picked.
Moon Knight, Wolverine. You could go Squirrel Girl does a fuck ton of damage, but who do I know, Chad? I'm just a fucking streamer.
As Warlock, because that ultimate is actually around your body and not the location of where you launched the ult, so you can find some reses if you just
look at this, bro.
After the fact, so well done there by Cal. Launches it backwards and heavily plays forward. Vast going to take out Cal. Res may still be up here for Cal,
look,
though.
they held for 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and the cart has moved 4 meters.
Almost every ult in the game. Here we go as Vision now. Going to pull out that final judgment. Vest up in the sky looking for the Raccoon. Instead, gonna dunk it on a Month, who was jumping, I think, invisibly up in the air. And that's
They had to use 4 ults to get out of spawn.
Left here for
4.
FlyQuest.
And look at Envy. Envy almost has Rocket Raccoon. Envy almost has Kalush's ult, and they're halfway to Cal's ult.
Find a solution, right? And that's kind of if they found it, right?
So I mean, they're
massive, right? Because they spent the entire time trying to find an answer to what Envy is doing. They're going to be able to come back now, though. They have Speedery onto the side lock to switch off of his hero to make sure they can go for maybe hard dives, maybe set up Speedery 2 with Kalush's Eye of Agamotto to collapse on and actually get somebody that can get those, secure those eliminations.
Yeah, and we are going to see again just a really strong performance of that triple composition from Envy.
Oh shit, they got the first pick too. They lost their Loki. That's big. And he got pushed into the Mega. That's crazy.
Gonna burn here into the Punisher. Heavy focus. His Punisher is a big body, and you can hit a ton of damage there.
That trade's good. A trade's good, and they got the res. They bring back Speedery.
Way left to right to try to keep eyes away, or at least to get some free damage. As Energy now going to use that spin to win technique to take out Kalush with the melee animation cancel. Cal onto Kalush, bringing him right back into the fight as Cal with another huge res is going to bring back the team, and nobody's technically down here for Envy, and that is a wild thought as we go up again. Vest and Energy, the combination, break the shields.
Oh, they're popping all their ults here, chat. They're popping all their ults, but no one's dying. Only one person died out of like 3 ults. Oh, they got another rocket ult. Oh my fucking god, bro. Envy.
This is looking dicey for them. Cooper going to take out Speedery, Kalush on Energy, and still they are down, but can they come back? The stall tech here for Spark Chief.
And they're stalling. They have both Vanguards here. You have Jeff Heals coming through. Window trying to block off the healing on the backside. They're able to maybe get Vest low, but the healing from the Loki is still there. They're banking heavily on the
How are they still here, bro? Remember, FlyQuest doesn't have a Strange. They banned Strange, so they don't have TP. They cannot TP back to the point.
To keep Vest away, but Vest just rotating those cooldowns beautifully. Still on the point. Great eyes there by the strategist line, and this could be a huge Jeff. Right on to Cal, at least. Gonna have to escape and find
Oh, Cal had res too. If they got that kill, that would have been huge, but Cal brought 2 back. And they almost have another rocket ult. Kalush had another fucking Strange ult.
Shield to stay together as a unit and holding on to that invisible boundary. These have been wild fights. Up we go again. This time
they have another Luna ult because of the Loki. So there's 2 Luna ults, chat. Yeah, let's get dancing.
Cooper is matching an ultimate. Up we go with Energy now.
Dude, this is the longest fucking overtime I've ever seen in my life.
Everybody healthy. Can FlyQuest do this? They're shoving forward as Energy takes out Cal, who does not have that ultimate. And Fly is so resilient as Energy gets Speedery. Cal onto Cooper with another. Cal just keeps getting picked.
He has another Strange ult?
Does it connect on the Zealous or Energy does, but does he get a one-shot? No, he can't because Vest eats all the damage. This was an incredible comeback.
No way, bro. I don't care what happens, win or lose. FlyQuest needs to be so fucking happy how well they just performed. That was I thought they were losing. Everyone was falling. Everyone was dying. Spark Chief was the only one alive on point, stalling. He had to use his ult to live and stall. Vest came back to take it over. Spark Chief was there to keep stalling. Bro, how the fuck? Envy had 3 or 4 fucking Rocket Raccoon ults. Kalush had 4 fucking Strange ults. Cal had like 3 reses.
Well done, FlyQuest.
Jesus Christ.
Though, right? The reason why, another reason too, is that they just kept having Cooper alive on this Loki, able to do so much. Also, everybody taking eyes off of the front line with Speedery. Also, oh, Vision just missed his ultimate though on the backside. Everybody disengaged it on Envy's side. They've switched sides of the map, and it's kind of working out for them.
And Spark goes under again with a feast. That one does not manage to do too much besides buying a little bit of overhealth here. Energy going to reset. Like you said, they have switched positions here. No Fly is a little bit back behind them. It's kind of like a game of hopscotch as everyone just keeps slowly jumping over each other towards their spawn. Vest going to find Month. Spark Chief for the 2-piece now. Cooper on the window and Vest on a Kalush. And they're riding this momentum, but that was a tight hold, and it did buy some time as there's only 1 minute and 15 left on the clock here for Fly.
right now they're making Speedery's life incredibly hard, right? You know, utilizing these regenerative domains at the right time, at the perfect instance, right? You know, Loki did get some nerfs in the recent patch, but if you could play around his cooldowns well, if you can constantly distract, you know, set up your clones in good positions that are kind of annoying to remove, you can really hinder Envy's performance and impact. But right now they are down to ultimates. Here comes a very early Galactic Legend met by Meteor End.
As we start again, Energy in the Sky does bring out that dance floor. Fate of the Abyss is, or excuse me, not Fate of
Oh, poor Month, bro. He's just been getting ulted by Vess.
With a huge Ivamoto, that one does land, but doesn't get too much value. Again, Speedery gonna keep the damage out, keep the team moving forward. Cal gonna res right back up, and we've seen that far too much in this map. Just constant res is there, but Cal falls from Energy. Doing a good job together now. Sparchief and Energy very aggro into the back line as a unit, making it difficult to patty cake. Vess gonna find window now, and again, FlyQuest doing what they're doing. They are always the team that
why does Star-Lord ult look so weak now? Because the other team was Luna ulting. Star-Lord's actually a really high pick character in the tournament.
It's difficult to push through these tight chokes.
And they're getting rid of then Magneto over to Groot. Res available, like you mentioned, and it's hard to get to the chokes. Month goes down earlier. Do they want to use the res? Huge work from.
He got the res off. Oh my god.
Oh, and Jeff as well, and that could be huge. It's Jeff as the rest is still managed to happen, but Vision gonna find one, potentially two here. Well done by Vision as Sparchief takes out window. Vision out of Cal. Vision likely gonna find another here. Sparchief takes out.
I think they were showing.
Oh my goodness, Fly.
I think Star-Lord had like a 70% pick rate in this tournament.
I have seen in a while. What a walk.
I can't believe it, man. If they get it done, that's crazy, and I think that shows the power of the Jeff and also the power of really just forcing out cooldowns early and forcing out bad ultimates out of Envy, right? They're constantly pressuring out Envy, making sure these Shredder's ultimates are used a second too early, and that single second is buying them so much time, and it's like what you said, Sparchief being a huge thorn in the side of Envy right now by not going down.
Energy again gonna launch that Galactic Legend, but he's doing exactly what he wants, and that's just pulling out strategies line cooldowns. Force that ultimate out, get your ult quicker, because that is what you can do, especially when you have a Magneto bubble with that blaster barrage, with that spin to win from Star-Lord, and that is a
that's so unfortunate, bro.
Focus. Great ult there from Zelos to keep the team in, and they are now shifting them.
Oh, that's a big ult though from Kaluge. Nah, bro. I would be so mad if I'm getting these fat fucking ults and nothing's dying, dude.
Speedery though, noticing the open window of no cooldowns available. Vision goes down. Speedery gonna keep that damage on, doing what Speedery does. Gonna reset here with the team. Drop back before Vess can hawk that down, and Vess is doing a good job of finding these off-angle picks. Did you see the raw damage here of Magneto on a player like this who just does not miss?
If Envy loses, I will be. I'd be sad. I don't know. FlyQuest is doing such a fucking great job though. Envy is like holding them, but they're like.
But they've been able to heal through it right now. We'll see what happens in the upcoming fight. Vess could also.
Yeah, this would be the greatest fucking comeback I've ever seen in my life.
There is no invulnerability to save the other team on the opposite side, except maybe a soul bond and that res from Cal.
Yeah, and this is a very much back and forth situation here. At this point, it's another stall tag game where everyone just
gonna
turn it on Speedery, like I mentioned, faking the backline out, force those cooldowns, and look elsewhere. Cal.
He's hitting fat eyes, but no one's dying.
With another Galactic Legend and a big it's Jeff here. This one from Vision with two of the Vanguards. The team needs to be walked right now while Jeff has this, trying to look towards the spawn door, gonna shove him back into the corner and get back with the team to try to make this happen. But now you got Vanguards in your backline. You need to be careful now as another pick.
Oh no, Cal's gonna die.
Numbers up for Fly.
No fucking way. There's no way FlyQuest wins this, chat. There is absolutely no way, bro. This is insane.
It's still going. It's Sparchief has Feast of the Abyss. He can go to the backside too. Maybe go for one shots. Cal get resurrected, but he doesn't have the ult anymore, right? And Speedery, with this stage of the butterflies, would have to go huge. But Cooper has been avoiding him, man. He's been just impossible to kill, to KO. Speedery's down. Cal is.
No fucking way, bro. No fucking way, chat. There's no way. Oh my fucking god, bro! They won that?
Those are those like reps that people talk about in like any sort of.
They fucking won that, bro! They got full held at their spawn for 4 minutes.
Beautiful rotations, like you said.
4 minutes. And they pushed it all the way there, bro. That was fucking cinema.
They got to OT. they would just kick on another level. They just managed to stall forever. Look at these KOs. You see 22 finals.
Oh my fucking God, bro.
Obscene. Vest is disgusting there on that Magneto.
Energy 57 and 12 with 24 final hits. Vest 53 and 4, 22 final hits. 40 and 5, 12 final hit. Oh my God.
Huge. I mean, it's all about in the backline, the strategist not making mistakes. And
bro,
I can't remember the last time I saw Zelos.
What a fucking series, chat. It's 1-1 right now, bro. It's 1-1. That
wow, Fly really stepping up.
That's fucking awesome.
They stepped up, man, to such a high level. And you know, I was starting to question, like, okay, was this Loki working? You know, what was and actually doing on the attack, considering every time Speedery would come in and find him, or, you know, really just pressure out early cooldowns, whatever. The pacing was too much from him. But eventually, they started to get together, right? Speedery started to slow down.
Wow.
They started to really counter.
And I just want to let you guys know,
on Psylocke, and really just negated it.
FlyQuest couldn't go. FlyQuest that whole time in overtime couldn't switch to Doctor Strange to TP. They did all that without a TP.
So much on Psylocke for pretty much the entire first half of the game. And then, I don't know what it was, but they really just started countering him towards the very end. They really started peeling well. Zelos'
That's fucking crazy,
also,
dude.
You know,
That's crazy.
Off to Magneto later on, and eventually panned out for them because they didn't have the lethality for Kaluja's ultimates, like you pointed out, right? Every time Kaluja would have a big eye of Agamotto, nobody was really able to follow up except maybe Cal. And I think that's just because Speedery was hard marked by, for example, Vest.
I got fucking
right?
popcorn in my
Vest,
teeth.
like you called out. He did so much on Magneto in that game to shut down such a top-tier player in Speedery, making him look pretty terrible.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be a conversation about, like, you needed something with that Psylocke maybe to get over there and distract, because there was some hard marking, right? I mean, Cal with the most finals on that side of Envy, 13 there for Speedery, who did look lights out there on the Psylocke, but it's tough to get a ton of picks in value.
I don't think Psylocke's good though.
The current patch and the way that she was recently nerfed damage-wise.
Like, I don't think Psylocke's good.
That was just clutch, is really what the truth behind the matter is there. Fly just,
I think she can be consistent, but I don't think she's good.
They grew Hulk arms and just started swinging through everyone. So well done, Fly.
Oh, absolutely amazing. And that really proves, I think, FlyQuest has changed, right? It's a changed team from the team that we saw before, right? Against the best team, arguably, in the tournament. We'll see, obviously, moving forward, who is the actual best team. It's too early maybe to actually call that out,
Sure.
But realistically, I mean, that was an incredible performance from them. Very impressive for sure. And, you know, I'm curious how this last map's going to go, because we're going to go to a convergence now. And Shib, to be honest with you, like, I do feel like this is Envy's weaker maps, right? We're talking about how good they are in domination. It's not that they're necessarily bad at convoy or convergence. It's just we saw FlyQuest really grinded it out. They figured out the solutions that they needed to change. And, well, I mean, they look like a brand new team.
I think a team banned Torch, yes.
Is gonna be very interesting coming up for map 3.
Yeah, I'll have to go back.
I think Torch is probably banned for both teams.
Envy's really good at convoy, maybe not necessarily convergence, because they're one of the goats of the triple, right? They're just really good at that composition, so that helps them a ton in convoy. Very much less so in convergence. But so we are going to see. But no, folks, now they are choosing the map, so this is back in Envy's favor. We'll see how that looks right after this break.
Listen, all I'm gonna say, chat. Listen, if Envy comes to me. And just hear me out, okay? If Envy comes to me and says, hey, yo, J3, $5 million, nothing less. $5 million, come play for us, I'll do it. If they need me to be a DPS player for them, I will. I could whip out the Bucky and be the best hooker in the pro scene. You know what I'm saying? I will do it if they need me. I will do what they need me to do. That was a crazy game though. I'm actually really. It would be awesome for you to play pro. No, I can't do that, man. I'm too old. Too old, man. But I just want to say that push from FlyQuest was really good though. I'm really glad that we were able to see that. They will pay you $5 million not to do that. Hey, fuck, I'll take that. $5 million to. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I'm pretty sure that's a leak to whatever's coming. I don't know, that baby. Something about that baby has to be happening. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Guru? Good luck, good luck.
Protect your bald king.
That's Cloak and Dagger's kid? No, that's Angela's sister. I remember having a conversation with Chad about this. It's not fucking Jack, chat. What? Ay, 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 ay. But it doesn't make any sense. If it's Angela's sister, is the sister like grown up in the comics or something? Is she gonna be like a playable character in the future? Like how Blade was sleeping and then Blade came, like he woke up? She's just a baby. Is she a baby still in the comics? Like what's going on? Are we gonna have a playable baby? Bro, I'm just gonna be honest with you. No, chat, there has to be lore about that. Why would they show you that at the end of the game? No, it's foreshadowing something exactly. Like, think about a baby in this game. It would be the most broken thing because you are small. You have which makes you very hard to hit, like a very small hitbox. It's crazy.
Welcome back, everyone, and that had my heart pumping. I'm sure it did to those in the audience as well. What a battle there by Fly to come back and push through all three to get the W against Envy. Series 1-1 to game 3 we go, buddy.
Oh yeah, game 3 is probably not what we expected after that first, pretty much 3
in the comics. The baby is an offspring of Odin, who was
into the next series, or sorry, next map now, as it's only
conceived in a realm where a demon giant was in, and now she's a demon baby.
Tight comeback from FlyQuest. Has to be up there with one of the best comebacks we've seen, at least in North America.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it was so much fun.
Yo, bro, is Odin like sticking it in and everything? Like, I don't get it.
First or second corner, the first. I mean, I can't fathom how long that stall was on the first point. I really thought, and I think even potentially Envy had thought that they had won that fight and it was over. But what a stall again! Got to show some love to the Vanguard line.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with what Chat's saying. I'm pretty sure that baby is Jack, and we're gonna get a crossover. We're gonna get a collaboration. The first collaboration. Woo! Let's get it.
And just coming back through all those ultimates, getting the win, even through a Adam res, which put them heavily down in numbers.
Yeah, that was a huge comeback from them, and it's what we talked about at the break. I think that Cal having the most final hits is not what they expected. I think that maybe realistically they were trying to rely on Speedery, maybe some one-shots from window, but they didn't really come out, and they relied heavily on those Ayabagamotos connecting through from Cal. Now we head to the next map, heading to Central Park, and it's like you said, this is Envy's map choice, and that's always going to be a worrying factor, but for FlyQuest, they also start banning out their Johnny very early, right? That's been a big thing too, is that they don't have to worry about Human Torch on the opposite side. However, because they go for that Phoenix first ban, that's leaving Emma open at the current moment for Team Envy.
Yeah, I agree. I think we might see, I don't know. I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to get that through the whole way or what might change. But I'm with you. Just bringing it back to that point on the not seeing Speeder get as much finals as Cal. Cal was getting a ton of finals, like you mentioned. It's very difficult to go in with a Psylocke into a triple strategist backline, especially a very strong Loki like Cooper, who is, disgusting on Loki. A ton of healing. I think 62K in that match alone. And folks, that was not OT. That just goes to show you how much healing these teams can output.
I'm pretty sure Loki is still really good. I think people are sleeping on Loki. People think like just because the character's not broken as he used to be, he's not good anymore. But I think he's still very valid. What do you call it?
Yeah,
valid character.
Right. That's going to be a big factor for FlyQuest. So they just want to keep out at least Captain America for Spark Chief on those moments when he wants to stall. They also make sure Vest can get Magneto, right? Prioritizing their Vanguard line, keeping it healthy. Also making sure Envy can't run that.
This is very interesting.
So they ban out Torch. So
They banned 3 tanks. They banned, but in Europe, in EMEA, they ban all supports.
At the moment so far, they might. I think we
But here they're banning all tanks.
Well, I would assume we'd see a lock into Emma, but I'm honestly not sure if they. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Just gonna give Kaluj that opportunity unmatched here with the Emma. I think. You know, they are going to be attacking first. That is another one of those. Being able to defend second, in my opinion, is just very, very nice because you can really put all your eggs in one basket. You can understand when you really need to teleport and use certain cooldowns. And
Jaboy J, appreciate the massive prime sub. And Turkey, appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
We're going to see Sparchi potentially on the cap, who is also insane in this current meta.
Yeah, I mean, this is okay. They actually got so many bans focused from that last map, though. That's the craziest thing is that they got that Venom ban. They also, you know, get rid of Human Torch and that Emma like we saw. But the big thing is now they're at least forcing Envy to be on the back foot, right? They also got rid of a lot of the good comps. They obviously very highly rate that Jeff, but you know, now that Human Torch is removed, maybe because we see Spark Chief hovering that Hulk could potentially mean now that we don't have Speedery on that Human Torch, you're enabled a little bit more on that Namor Hulk composition. So this is a position that you would like to see if you're a FlyQuest fan to make sure that Team Envy is at least on the back foot in the ban phase.
Could not agree more as we start off here, folks. This is one of those maps that you will see sometimes Strange being banned out because Strange does a good job of retaking point 1. I'm sure you've seen it 1,000 times in ladder just because of the nature of being able to hold that convergence point and how close the teleport is. So you're virtually always able to get there with the portal prior. And it does a good job of blocking off that initial wall, that initial lane where you walk down. So you can even cut off some strategist lines of sight, or LOS as you might hear, as you're climbing. And that could be a huge benefit. But neither team that will be on the table on both sides, I do believe, as we start up here. Vision playing a little aggro, just scouting a bit there with the Jeff, and we start up again.
Yeah, FlyQuest highly rate their Jeff. I think that it has done a ton. Also, with Nero in the game, he's always a worry to focus on. But yeah, that traditional 2-2 comp now for Envy comes out with Speedery on the Phoenix, whereas FlyQuest.
Oh, Cal's on Bucky. Nice. They're running 2-2-2 now. They're not running 3 supports.
Yeah, let's begin.
FlyQuest is still running 3 supports, though.
Sparchik gets pulled in there by Cal, who is now no longer on that strategist role and is instead going to be on the Winter Soldier, which we've seen some play recently. Winter Soldier in a very strong spot right now, but
yes, 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 yes. I love Bucky, bro. I'm sorry, chat. I love Bucky. Oh, Cal, no, you gotta hit that. You gotta hit that uppercut, bro. What's going on? Like I said, chat, $5 million. I'll play Bucky for any team.
From Zelos, we're just gonna hold on until the team can stall, and then we'll walk through. The portal comes through now from Zelos, and the team is committing. Envy still trying to hold on as they're trading back and forth, and the numbers are even. I cannot believe this patience and understanding and just map awareness, as no one has really lost anyone. Kalush falls here from Cooper, so Fly is successful on the retake. Speedery on the energy, though, and I might have spoke too soon, as we see a huge grab here. The strangling prison gets a few. It is matched immediately by the dance floor. Speedery finds another pick on an offense.
Oh, I think Cal's fucked.
And that's a huge pick
oh, Cal used his ult there when there's 3 guys on him?
Huge nice shot from Spark Chief, but eventually Cal actually somehow got the passive elimination.
He's looking like me out there.
This is the ultimate because of
what was that?
Yeah, when you apply that mark there with Winter Soldier, if anyone breaks that threshold of HP, you actually get the KO. So if you're wondering why Bucky's always have 1,000,000 finals, that is your answer. But that is, you're going to help out that combination there. But still, I was going to say, FlyQuest was holding until Kalush, Speedery, and Cal with a 3-piece. Make it 4 from Nero, why don't you? As the team takes point 1, 4 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock.
Nope, Cal switched and then switched back.
Vengeance now.
And it makes sense FlyQuest swap off that comp. I think that was a tough point for them, though. They only really held on because somehow Energy and Vision on the Jeff were able to sort of live on that backside angle. But eventually the Cooper going down because Zelos swapped the Doctor Strange for the portal. They lost so much healing, resulting in Cooper going down in that fight. Now FlyQuest want to set up these aggressive engages again with Spark Chief. We're gonna see that tandem between these two in a second.
And the spin to win from Energy. Notice with the bubble, folks. Again, that's a great way to get ultimate quickly. Already 85+% here coming for Energy shortly. Speedery going to take that high side angle. Has been doing a great job finding picks in the neutral, and that has been potentially point winning for them as we are ready here with the End Song Inferno. There's that Beyblade technique I was mentioning. The melee.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that.
Insane damage, and you can cancel it with the flight as long as you turn on tap and hold for the flight instead of just tap. Excuse me, you want to make sure it's on hold. Up we go now with Speedery going to dive down.
They need to get rid of that for that that character, bro. That's too busted. That Beyblade stuff with this character, nah.
And Vision doesn't have that ult yet either, so all these everybody going down is not exactly ideal. Vision also has to
melee
respond,
should not mark a target.
And he's still close. Let's see if he's hiding in that spot right above with the broken terrain. He might be inside for his res, but can anybody even touch? I mean, 2 meters left, 1 meter, nobody's there, and now Vision's actually stuck in the back line right now. Shib, I think he's in this building to our back right of the camera on Adam Warlock still. He had to jump off the map.
Unfortunately, does have to drop there. Yeah, just you're in a really tough spot. It's just going to buy less time. That puts your whole team, unfortunately, in a rough spot. It's not much you can do about that, though. They're going to keep collapsing now while they are moving this point slowly forward. This is a more defensible position across the map here. Here on the staircase does offer some off-map location angles here for Zelos on that.
Oh, let's boogie. Appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend.
The whole team going to be playing around card to try to make sure that does not happen as we begin our potential final set of fights of this map, at least on the pushing side here for Envy.
First of all, I mean, in that ban phase, to put Spark Chief on the Captain America instead of that Venom, I mean, from what we saw last game is huge. Also, the hooks from Cal, even more massive. Vest forced to use that Meteor M.
Oh, well, I don't...
And we start once more. That is a large hug. It does not seem to get too much value. The entirety of Envy ready with ultimates as Nero is now launching up. We go with Kaluj. It is met immediately by Speedery and Month. Energy going to find Cal, though, in the mix, and that's a nice pick through that whole kerfuffle. There's 2 here from Vision.
Oh, my goodness.
Vision goodbye to Window and Month. Vision going to have to commit with that as Energy gets a 2-piece. Vest going to clean up Nero, and FlyQuest doing what they do, getting shoved immediately, and then coming back.
I mean, FlyQuest needed to hold that chat, bro. Envy had 3 minutes, man. They still have 3 minutes.
That is a very, very curious question, considering right now the reason why they lost that last fight is because of like what you said with Cal going down in that crack and impact. Energy able to find him, then coming out the Ensign Inferno, resulting in that final hit. But it's going to result in, it has to be multiple fights where it goes like that, where we shut down Cal. Also, Vast could find something out of Meteor M, use it at the right time. Spark Chief also living is huge, and Cal's trying to focus him.
Oh. Vest's going to keep owning this space now, taking it slow. That's what Magneto does best, using those cooldowns only when necessary and making sure you can block as much damage. But unfortunately, the whole team collapsing as Kaluj doing a good job of just absolutely manhandling the Magneto. Now walking forward as Speedery's going to look at Energy in the off angle. Cal going to chase, and that does a good job with those orbs of just slowing down the entire pace of the team and making sure you can follow up. Unfortunately, great tracking there and really well done by FlyQuest to reset as a team. If you do lose numbers, make sure you reset despite giving a little bit of space like you're seeing here. Ensong Inferno goes up. Energy almost taking out the whole squad.
I hate that character, bro. I hate that character, chat. I hate Phoenix.
It does ensure that you can get that one shot as you come in. Nero now going to bring out the dance floor. Speedery as well. Vision with another ult finds one, and we will see the dunk here this time onto Window. And yes, not going to have to commit. Speedery going to find Energy, though, and that's going to bring the numbers a little bit back in their favor. Vest going to try to off-map Kaluj, who is going to try to take... Wow, great jumping there. Oh, one does still fall from Cooper. FlyQuest again holding on, and this time, half the time, as previously mentioned, it's around 1:30.
Yeah, let's see that again, though. Cal going down.
Good hold so far by FlyQuest. They still have 3 ults.
Then comes through, able to get
so does Envy, though. Feels
ultimate, right? That's the huge fact.
Yeah, but they have Capel, bro. That's another support ult.
15 seconds left to go. It's also going to be even more scary because you're running traditional 2-2-2. You don't have Stratus ults. You have to live somehow with Window and his Meteor M during this Captain America Freedom charge, but they actually don't even need it. They just full disengage. Great work from them. Still a minute on the clock, though. Need to build up these Stratus ultimates.
Okay, and we'll keep going again. FlyQuest now going to be a little bit behind an ult advantage here for Envy. Window, Collusion, Cal ready. Vision going to find Speedery early, and that's going to be big again for FlyQuest. Doing a good job of getting these picks prior to these fights even really starting or fully committed. Up we go with Window, who's going to try to find this dunk towards the back.
Oh, Window, bro.
With the juke there now as Vision staying away behind that pillar. Vest going to find Window, and again, Envy's in a tough spot. We might have to see a portal back as Energy takes out Collusion. Cal going to jump off to reset with the team. Energy going to try to reset here and try to find an angle to potentially stun out the teleport, maybe?
No, I just used it. I mean, they're allowing me to come through. It's very interesting. But the big thing, unless Vision's over there in the spawn, I think he might be actually.
I mean, even if they don't cap, pushing it that far is really good.
Yeah, they didn't have the portal. Now they have to walk through.
I mean, you still have a whole nother half of the game to play. You have to play defense, and also you have to play offense. Oh, the combo on the Luna! Oh shit!
Jeff
Oh, they held, Chad. They held. Bro, FlyQuest fucking popped off right there.
SparkChief gonna find Mob Energy on the collusion again. FlyQuest showing up and holding before point 3, and that is
Jay, is Envy your team to win?
Repeat here for Fly, who stop Envy once again.
I mean, I think I have more friends on Envy, obviously, because there are a lot of Overwatch players, but no, I just want a good game.
By the time that Envy got stopped in third
Which
phase,
this is a good game.
A different entire situation, Shib, as we had 4 minutes on third phase. In every single fight, they were able to find Cal. He wasn't able to find really anything out of that Kraken impact, and it was the tandem of both Vision and Energy, also SparkChief living. I think Vision has been amazing on Jeff. Really has impressed me, Shib. I'm sure the same for you.
No good game. I gambled everything on Envy.
Has been really
but look on the bright side. Even if you lose the gamble and you lose everything, you could just start over.
Duelist role in general out here on this Jeff is just wild and just getting a ton of value. I think we saw what?
No, they could. That's a good push, chat. You know what's my issue? You know what's my issue in ranked games? Have you guys ever had a game where you did, let's just say you didn't cap first point. You didn't cap first point, but you capped, let's just say 90% on point, or you pushed the like 90 meters. And then you have a lot of teammates that are like, oh, I'm fucking giving up. Bro, the game's not over. You know how many times my team has not capped first point and we still fucking win because we held the other team? Like, a lot of teams would just give up.
And they find basically zero value. Now we do move them over to defense.
Like I don't understand why people just give up. Yo, smash the popcorn, by the way. I appreciate the Massive Prime sub. It's my birthday. Yo, happy birthday, buddy. I'd vote surrender here, bro. Like that. Don't fucking vote surrender. What are you doing?
Yeah, still gonna
listen.
Triple strategist line here for
every game is winnable. Never give up.
The only difference being, like we had mentioned, that Jeff and Adam, and we see a ton of reses, and then again just the eat potential. That it's Jeff, so much threat there. You got to make sure, like you're saying, there's some sort of answer for that. Or
what's up, Jasmine?
Doing a good job of making sure that there's a bubble on top of that Jeff to make it even more difficult. Great wall out here from the side of Envy with window, but the team gonna elect to drop back as a unit, still holding on, doing a good job burning those walls. Make sure you do that as you're climbing. It does help a lot. Equipment needs to fall. Make sure that is a priority because it helps your whole team fight. And Speedery on this right side off angle, not getting looked at by anyone. Just going to put a ton of damage there into SparkChief, who now has to drop back. See the Colluge Emma side playing around that pillar and using that natural cover. Speedery going to find Vess early, and that's one up for Envy as they walk forward. And the whole team's going to drop back and reset, as you should if you lose one early like that.
Yeah, and that was a huge pick off from them, right? On the top side. Energy's still here, by the way, poking out, but you know, we do get that invisible boundary out. That's something for a FlyQuest, understanding that cooldown will not be here. FlyQuest do have that It's Jeff yet again to walk in with. Same thing with Cooper and that Mantis ult.
Out we go. We did hear the Strangling Prison.
The hell is going on in there, bro? Oh my god, there's another fucking bird.
But Vess right back onto Nero. The number's still slightly up for Envy as Psyche lied. Vess gonna find window now. Even down. SparkChief gets Speedery. Vess. Vision.
Oh no, Cal has res. No, bro. Cal has fucking res, bro.
This will be a touch unless it gets canceled by Jeff, who almost knocks
Wait, where's Cal? Where's Cal? Where's Cal? Oh, Cal's on point. Cal's on point. He has res. He cannot die here. No, fucking Cal died, bro. But he has res. He can res himself and revive.
Cal gonna res right back, bring the entire team back into this fight. It's all about getting out of this point as it is getting close on point 3. Energy gonna find.
Wait, big reses.
Those who had just got picked, entire team back and healthy, and this is the danger. But Energy doing a great job of this off angle, finding a pick onto Nero, who will not be able to hold on here from that res. Is gonna have to reset 3 seconds on that, and they're still doing a good job holding Energy again onto Speedery. What a retake here! Again, they come back and retake from the retake of the portal and own this position as they find 3, make it 4.
What a game, bro.
He's in a flow state right now, dude. Like, it just seems like he's in a certain
Energy.
That Envy is.
I do think Energy is one of the best DPS players.
So he's always going to win.
That guy's actually really good.
Against Speedery, even with that snowflake with the damage boost, it might be a little bit stronger. But also, we talked about it during the break. I feel like, I mean, I've not really rated Vess as highly as I probably should be. This guy has been huge with the Meteor M's in the series so far. As Envy comes back, only with the Invisible Boundary and Song Inferno.
Oh wow, they broke it. Nice.
Gets deleted that time. First time they've ever deal do it this time, or this time around.
Yeah, that's absolutely disgusting on the menu. I do agree. Cal going to find energy here, but already a ton of space taken here by the Vanguards. Numbers now up for Envy, who need this to start working in their favor if they want to take this W home. Month going to take out Zelos, though, as we do lose an Invis to an Invis. Spidery going to try to step up and take this space right back from them, get on the point as is needed. But again, like you're saying, I do think Energy is just stepping up right now on this duelist role and just getting value and resetting, and always ready here to get an early neutral pick, which has been happening virtually every single fight there on.
I hope more good players and teams form for the longevity of Marvel Rivals esports,
which we did not see Fly hold for very long.
I just hope
We'll see what happens, though.
that, I mean, I understand Marvel Rivals, this is their first tournament and it's $3 million in total. I just hope like they're able to, you know, sustain a pro scene, which I think they can, right? Another great Jeff ult by Vision. I feel like they could. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're backed by, you know, Disney, but I don't think Disney or Marvel are gonna give them money. But like, I'm pretty sure all they need to do is come out with a few more summer skins, and you know, I'm pretty sure they'll make their money back, right?
In terms of ultimates, only having energy, Cal got that team res, so everybody needs to commit on this touch, and Cal needs a big res for them to hold on.
Like if they wanna like have another tournament, let's just say $5 million tournament, just come out with a Hella skin on the beach. There you go.
I mean, that's just target priority right there. Understanding that that res cannot happen and fully committing as soon as you see with an ultimate. Really well played again by Fly, who is just always making the right decision in these tense moments. Month gonna pop out with all Cal. Gonna try to get back to get this res to happen, but has a cap on his forehead. Can Sparky
Bro, Captain America is just beating the fuck out of Adam Warlock, and Adam Warlock is just fucking ulting. It's a little too late though. They cap point.
Everyone, they get the point.
This is the tough part with Adam Warlock, man. It's like every time you get a big res or something, you're still giving up like objective in this case, right? So they have to come back, also regrouping in the middle, inside of that map. And FlyQuest are really making Envy look panicked. It's impressive how much they're able to really do. But here comes BDM from Vest again. He's connected every time so far. Can they negate it? Finally, they avoid the one shot, but also another one shot in their own spawn. Goodbye. See you, Invisible Woman.
Oh man, unstoppable Vision is actually Jeff, I think. That is crazy with another find there, and going to take out Cal after the fact. And yeah, great call out there. Talking about, I think we need to mention Spark Chief just kind of tracking that Adam and not allowing Cal to get a good spawn location, forcing more eyes there to even make
FlyQuest can actually win this.
You know,
We have 2 minutes to push all the way basically to the end.
They were guaranteed to win that fight, and
FlyQuest can turn this around, chat. Remember, this isn't a best of 5 that we were watching for EMEA as well. This is a best of 3. Whoever wins this
and I've talked to you about this many times, Shib.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but whoever wins, wins. And then the loser actually loses.
Down, not getting KO'd. Spark Chief. I don't know his exact stats at the current moment, but
and apparently Envy is like the best NA team, they keep saying.
Trying to find at least something, maybe with Kaluge, able to find Cal though with energy, so and already removing that advantage. Holy.
Yeah, I mean, energy is popping off beyond control right now. Another 3-piece. Vision going to take out Kaluge. Calrez is back. Zelos onto Spidery. Spark Chief onto Cal, and that's all of them at this point. Gonna have to retake. Cap is holding on, but not for long. His window goes down, and there's a minute 29 on now. Is Energy going to try to take this space with Spark Chief at his side?
I mean, they're looking panicked right now, Envy is, but they do have Invisible Boundary. Res also up, like you said. Same thing with Ensong Inferno from Spidery. Maybe he could find something big, but Energy has matched with these Ensong Infernos in the Invisible Boundary. We'll see what happens.
Using that early is a win in of itself here for Fly, but they do lose energy early to Spidery, who does a good job making sure that that is the target priority. You can just see how strong energy's been, who maybe is riding that wave just a little too much in the momentum, taking a little bit too much space, a little away from your vanguards there. But 56 seconds on, we're getting into final fight territory. Ultimates are roughly even, just slightly in the advantage of FlyQuest now. Folks, this fight is everything. We find out who takes the series right now. It is go time.
And that puts you in the top 4 if you were to win this
Salad,
today,
appreciate the massive 30 months.
Finals.
I would rather have Cal on a DPS, man. That's just me, though.
And Vast with that Meteor M.
You gotta keep eyes on and be prepared for that. And
oh no, yeah, I think this is GG's, chat. I think this is GG's. Cal's dead. He has revive. Oh yeah, this is GG's. This is GG's. Wow. Wow, bro. They said Envy was the best fucking NA team, and they actually just lost.
2-1 win for FlyQuest. FlyQuest.
Orange
reverse
chicken.
sweeping
Appreciate the massive prime sub.
Now it is just the group stages, but what an impressive win from them, Shiv.
Bro.
What a comeback out of this team.
Envy, what are we doing, bro?
Wow. I mean, if you look up clutch in the dictionary, you see FlyQuest. They just always seem to make it work in their favor in a moment that may not.
You know what's crazy? Bro, last game, FlyQuest should have been fucking full held on first point. And they were able to win that and then also win this next game. Bro, that was such a great fucking series.
We see the Mantis ban first. We see what's played.
Energy went 40-7 with 19 final hits and 40,000 damage. Holy.
In those ones, 19 elims is insane alongside of Vest having 14 on Magneto for sure. But this is
That was a great fucking game.
feels like Envy